Snap your fingers on go. 3, 2, 1, go. So after all that, Harrison, I just have one question for you. Did you like Remedy as a whole? Good answer. Yeah, and this is one of my favorites as well. I've never gone a long time without listening to this album. It's been one that I've put on every once in a while ever since it first came out. So, old favorite of mine. Really love it. Glad we got to spend an hour talking about it. Cool. So, we are now at the portion of the hour where we run our annual numbers scheme. Not annual. Let me take that over. So, we are now at the portion of the podcast where we run our bi-weekly numbers game. The Play Disc Request Lottery. That is a lot of excitement for a lottery. Anyway, so the way this works is that we've had a number of requests from patrons, friends, fans, and people who have been kind enough to sit down for us. Requests from patrons, friends, fans, and people who have been kind enough to sit down with us for interviews. And each one of those requests has been assigned a number between 1 and 99. So we're going to roll some dice, which I have right in front of me. I'm recording this on video as well for posterity, make sure we're not screwing around with the numbers here. And based on the results of that die roll, we may or may not interrupt our planned schedule to cover one of these requests. Harrison, I've asked you in previous episodes to pick red or black, but here I'm going to do something a little kinky, and I'm going to mix them together here. Red and black. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Are we ready? Cool. And today's number is 97, and I'm putting it upside down. Oop. That was a 9. Don't worry. Don't worry, fine people. Okay. 97 is today's number. Let me glance over at our spreadsheet real quick-alike. Excuse me, Google. I said quick-alike. 97 does not correspond to a request at this time. We missed Primus by 2 numbers. That would have been fun. But having rolled a 97, our episode 2 weeks from now will be a regularly scheduled episode. So Harrison, why don't you tell the good people what you picked for 2 weeks from now? That's right. Uh-huh. Boy, I didn't get that until like the week before we sat down to record this. I got peace of mind, like a piece of my mind, but it wasn't until I said it out loud that I realized it was a play on peace of mind, like tranquility. I am not a smart man. Yep, 2 weeks. We're going to get our metal on. And metal! Rock it on! Right now I'm just stalling because I didn't upload my closing script, so here it is. Okay. So we hope you join us next week, but that will do it for this week. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. First and foremost, I want to thank our good friend Ben Wright Human for providing promotional art for us. You can find more of his work at bwhcomics.com if you like. Also, his Kickstarter is in its final stretch, so go over to lotd-comic.com. It stands for Letters of the Devil, lotd-comic.com, and support his new work. I read his first graphic novel, Letters of the Devil 1. It's very good. You really ought to check out the sequel. Ben also supports us on Patreon, along with Vita Porabil, Chase DeMonte, and Adam Herchak. We are extremely grateful for all their support, and listeners, if you would like to join them in supporting us, you can visit patreon.com/playdiscpodcast to make this a monthly contribution. It's completely optional, but if you do donate, we'll read your name at the end of each episode, and we'll give you access, such as an entry into our request lottery. So you can clutter up our number scheme here and increase the odds that we pick something. And having your voice added chanting "Play Disc" in our opening theme song. You'll also have access to a library of bonus episodes where Harrison and I discuss movies about music. We have one's on Pitch Perfect and Idlewild, and we're still trying to figure out what the third one's going to be next month. If you want to get in touch with us... apologize to him for us, please. I was very clear. I did not mince words in that episode. That movie is worse than I remembered. Anyway, if you want to get in touch with us, we're not hard to find. Our email address is playdisc@podcast. Our email address is playdiscpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook under the name Playdisc Podcast. We're on Twitter and Instagram as @playdiscpodcast. I hope you join us in 2 weeks for a discussion of Iron Maiden. But until then, catch you on the B-side. I think you nailed it. At least from my side, you nailed it. If you didn't, I'll just push it to fit. But it sounded exactly in tune for me. In tune, in sync, whatever. I am stopping the recording. Stop.